video today. A few of you have asked, based on my habit tracker, to see what I do for an at-home facial if I do it. So I'm going to show you a few of the products that I do use fairly regularly. Right now my skin has nothing on it. I washed it and put some products on it this morning, and then I spent about 5.5 hours on a practice exam. So not too much has happened with my face, and I did a little bit of Bowflex, but I didn't sweat too much, so there's really not too much going on. My skin's relatively normal. I do have a couple little spots just from acne or a breakout, which is great because I sit like this and I'm trying to break the habit of sitting like this, but baby steps. So I'm going to show you a couple of things that I use and then we'll get to it. So if you find that this video is helpful, it gave you ideas, or you think someone else might be able to benefit from it, please like, subscribe, and share. Greatly appreciate it. So we're going to start with some of the items that we're going to use. And these are basically pretty standard anytime I do an at-home facial. So hang tight. All right, so this guy is the Dr. Dennis Gross steamer. I bought it a couple years ago, or no, I bought it last year, decided to bite the bullet. These are from Amazon, and they're just cord holders, which has actually been a bit of a lifesaver. So I do like it. You fill up the water back here, and I do a steam on my face with some oil cleanser to do a double cleanse, but I'll show you that in a second. So this I really like. I've liked using, it just feels good. So I do highly recommend that. In terms of oil cleansers, this is my current favorite, the Tatcha Camellia Cleansing Oil. I really like the texture of this. I was using the Bare Minerals for years, but I don't know, the smell was just getting to me and I wanted to try something different. This is beautiful, great packaging, sucker for packaging, but also I do know that's pricey. I think it's about 40 bucks, but I bought this one too by Speedy. It's a cleansing oil, Korean Beauty. So this I found on Amazon. It is 10 bucks. So I was trying to test the difference between the two to see, does the price really make a difference? But for the sake of the video, I'm going to use the Tatcha, just because I want to just feel a little more luxurious in my facial tonight. So I'm going to use the Tatcha products, and then for a double cleanse, I'm going to use the LHA cleanser by SkinCeuticals. I think this runs about, I took the price tag off, I think $36 or so. And it's just, when I do a facial, it has some acids in it that kind of helps to exfoliate and improve the clarity of the skin. So I do use acids quite a bit. Just be careful if you're using them not to mix it similarly with retinol back to back, like if you do peels and stuff. So I'm gonna use that cleanser. Sometimes after I do like a workout or something, or it's been a long day, double cleanse with a lot of makeup, I'll use this, Origins Checks and Balances. This has been my ride or die cleanser probably 15-20 years. I have been using it forever. Still buy it, still repurchase it. At the holidays, they give you can find like double sized bottles, which I really love, and I go through a couple a year. But that'll be the double cleanse here. And so then we're going to move into some products after a cleanse. I do like some hyaluronic acid. For now, I've just been using the Ordinary, and that just helps to retain some moisture, so we're going to use that. I'm going to use also a little bitty suction device for pores. So I come in also then with niacinamide. The clinical grade doesn't really mean anything. The niacinamide 20 doesn't always mean better. So the Ordinary does make also niacinamide. I think I would just repurchase the Ordinary instead of this. But this is supposed to help with the pores, the size of the pores, and it does help with redness after I do the extraction. So I'm going to use that. And then this is where the fun part comes in, because I decide what I want to use. Do I want to do peeling or do I want to stick with retinol? But I think we're going to probably see how that goes when we get there. What I'm feeling. I just finished doing a double cleanse of my face, and I'm still going to wait out the rest of the steam. And the reason why is that when your skin is a little damp, the products seep better into your skin. It's why a lot of companies are selling essences now, because they put chemicals in it, or not chemicals, that'll probably scare everybody. But they put things in it that's good for their skin, and it actually, all it's really doing is it's keeping the skin a little damp so that the products will seep deeper into the skin. I have purchased essences before. I like them. They're fun if you enjoy the skincare as a routine, as a way that I like it, where it's a bit of self-care, that I can carve out 15 minutes for myself today and feel great and enjoy the process, and I like the products, and it's an experience. To some people, they might not jive with that, but also skincare doesn't have to be a fun experience. It can be very simple and very beneficial. To me, I've always loved products, and I don't know why. My mom, it wasn't like I learned it from my mom or watched her. I don't even know. I don't think I can get her to use like a facial cleanser and moisturizer. So, buying her skincare sets is kind of a wash, no pun intended. But yeah, it's just something that I've always really enjoyed. I get a lot of joy from. So my skin is clear. I did do the pore extraction with this little blue orchids, again, just from Amazon. I did speak with med spa, a couple med spas, and they said it's fine to use, maybe just not all of the time, and to be cautious, low level. So just don't go crazy, but definitely don't do those roller things that like prick your face. Don't do that. But I have pores on my nose that if I don't pay attention to, I need to focus on every once in a while. So I'm gonna let this keep steaming, and my skin does feel a little dry, so I'm gonna keep that in mind. What I'm going to use is the Silymarin CF by SkinCeuticals, and the reason why is because I have just like a little bit of those breakouts on my chin at the moment, so I'm gonna use some of that. I use the CE Ferulic a lot. I use this if my skin's breaking out. You definitely don't need two. But CE Ferulic is tried and true vitamin C serum for me. just the way it's balanced, and it actually has like a stable form of vitamin C, because vitamin C oxidizes very, very easily, and it's very hard to stabilize it. So a lot of serums that are out there that have vitamin C in it aren't stable, and you're just throwing your money down the drain. Now, I think it's Elephant. I have to look up the company. It escapes me. But there was a company that was sued because they used CE and ferulic acid combination. So there are cheaper versions available. I'll have to link it because I can't believe the name escapes me. I think there's elephant in the title. I used a Baji C serum for a while, and it was good. This has been in spas I used to go, like I actually worked in a spa, fun fact. I think I said this once before. I worked in a spa for a few weeks or salon, and then they let me go because I didn't meet their standards. I wasn't gonna dye my hair and go crazy with my hair stuff, and I guess that was just no bueno. It's not good. I'm gonna still put the hyaluronic acid on, but anyway, I used to work in the salon, and I heard of SkinCeuticals there, and estheticians always talked about how good it was. So it's just something that I always wanted to be able to purchase for my skin, and so now I do, and I really love it. It's great, it's a good antioxidant for your skin, prevents free radicals, so it's good for just morning, even evening, but especially morning, before you go out in the sun. So vitamin C, SPF, you're golden. I still like using it because we're not entirely sure what blue light does, free radicals in the room and the environment, so I wear vitamin C serum every single day, depending on the type. So that's that. I'm still gonna do a little niacinamide, not entirely too much, but I still like using a little bit, like where my pores are relatively pronounced. Again, vitamin C serum, great. I highly recommend it. Hyaluronic acid, also recommend, not absolutely necessary. Niacinamide, it's not for everybody. It could bother you. You could love it. So just proceed with caution. All right, so now I got all that base layer on. Sometimes if I need things to really soak in, or like between rounds, I still use this little fan, and it's great. But I do want my skin to soak up some moisture. So we're gonna go in with the SkinCeuticals Triple Liquid Restore. I have gone through 4 of these babies. Again, you don't absolutely need it. I've tried just about every skincare cream last year because it was a goal of mine to find like the perfect products for myself. Again, these are just recommendations, what works for me. This is one, it doesn't cause my skin to break out. It's perfect for winter months because it's super, super, super hydrating and creamy. It smells amazing. And you notice I'm putting it under my eyes because you don't need an eye cream. You could get it, again, if you like the experience. I have purchased them. I probably will continue to purchase them. In fact, I just bought one the other day. But you don't have to use them. If it's good enough for your face and thick and creamy for your face, it's good enough under your eyes. And this is what I say by just about done. I'll be scraping the bottom of the barrel of that one. But anyway, so my skin has felt dry. I have dehumidifiers going in the house like crazy, just because of the imbalance between like heat and outside, and some days it's hot and other days it's freezing, and I just run the dehumidifiers constantly to prevent like mold and protect our clothes and protect all of our belongings. So you can see like the coat on my face to give it a nice moisture barrier, and it does kind of help with fine lines, but the way it helps with fine lines is because it just plumps your skin up. It doesn't remove the lines. So just disclaimer, You don't also need to put collagen on your face. It's not a thing. It's just proteins, and it's not gonna like add collagen to your face. It's like a scam. So, also, I do have to give a nod to Dr. Dre on my skincare journey to find the perfect routine for me. She was absolutely pivotal in it, because I have a lot of products because I like products, but I significantly simplified my routine because of her. So now just to be a little extra, I guess you could say, right? But it's facial time, so I can totally do that. I'm gonna put a skincare oil on, and depending on what my skin is doing, I have a few different types, and they're all from Sunday Riley. This one I'm gonna use is the CEO Glow by Sunday Riley. Really love it. I don't use it all the time because, again, vitamin C, but it's not like the most stable form. So I don't use this for the purpose of the vitamin C in it. But what the oil does, the oil isn't super moisturizing, but what it will do is it could help to like keep the moisturizer from evaporating, and it helps keep that barrier and keep it on your skin. So I really like it. So as you know, maybe you realized, if you put oil in water, the oil sits at the top and the water sits below it. So it sits on top of that water. So the oil, when you put the oil on your skin, it kind of like prevents moisture from leaving the skin and evaporating. So it kind of keeps everything locked in. So it's like a protective coat. So I put a lot of moisturizer on. And I think I'll have to clip back to a video that I had, because I did a halo laser at the beginning of this year, because I had a lot of just like leftover dark spots and a really bad scar that's now like gone. So I'll have to link back to the video, because you can see there's really not much there. I will say, I am turning 38 and I'm pretty proud of my skin. It's the best it's ever been. And it's actually quite a bit of work. You know, not work like you need a bajillion steps in your skincare, but it's diligent. Be diligent and be persistent, and, you know, do what you can. There are days where I wake up and my skin's super dry, so it's vitamin C and moisturizer, and then sunscreen. There are other day, you know, because it's summer and my skin is not super dry, vitamin C and a lot of sunscreen. So really day to day, I don't do a whole lot. Days like today, where I want to be a little extra, I do. I go all out, and I don't have any shame. So that's it. That's it for the skincare. So again, Tatcha Oil Cleanser, but budget friendly, just as good, speedy, Amazon. So use that. And then the cleanser from SkinCeuticals, LHA, it's new. It actually, I didn't mention this, it has like this beautiful like cooling effect, and I don't know how it does it yet. I'm gonna figure it out, but it's amazing. Then we did hyaluronic acid and niacinamide. The Ordinary is fine, it's inexpensive, and the products are really good. And then the 242 Triple Lipid Restorer, love it. I recently did, I have to share this because, I don't know, let me know if you want to see a different facial if I'm doing like retinol and all that stuff, because it's a little different. But CEO Glow, so oil on top of the moisturizer. I like to say that my skin looks like a glazed donut when I'm done. It's kind of how it looks after a hydrofacial. It looks like that. I got one hydrofacial recently and I loved it. But glazed donut in full effect. But I do use retinol quite a bit every other day, and it does dry out your skin, but I'm also not going to use it because it dries out my skin. So I was on a hunt. Now, again, this is like the most moisturizing thing ever, but when my skin is super dry from retinol use, I put that on, it soaks in and it still looks dry somehow. So I'm gonna say this Chanel Camellia Repair Mask, it is the thickest. It actually, now that I look at it, it's like Crisco. 100% Crisco on your face. Smells amazing. Relatively inexpensive for a luxury product. It's about half the price as the SkinCeuticals, for reference. It's amazing. So I've done that before, and then also the Cream Riche by Chanel. Again, that's like, I use those if it's super, super dry, waking up in the winter, which it is now, or like retinol dryness. I'll definitely use that. But if you do use retinol, do moisturize before you use it, but let the moisturizer seep in a little bit, and you'll have really, really good results. It kind of helps prevent that. Last but not least, Latisse. I'm trying it. I just bought it recently. I took a before photo, but I don't think we're quite yet at the after photo because I haven't gone through all of these. I bought it at a med spa. Now, I don't just want long lashes, they're great, but a couple of Christmases ago, I was in a rush, sorry for the noise, I was in a rush and doing my makeup in the car, and I used my eyelash curler, didn't notice the pads fell out of the eyelash curler, and I chopped off my eyelids, that'd be great, chopped off my eyelashes, heard the crunch, and saw them land on my pants, and it looked, by the way, someone without eyelashes, it's an interesting thing, not to say that I know there's other reasons why hair and eyelashes fall out, so I really, really don't mean to be insensitive. I'm purely just sharing a story for why I bought this. I literally chopped my eyelashes off. And when I did try to get fake eyelashes, they did put some on, but it took a really long time, and they said they couldn't even attach the fake lash to mine because it was not there, that they were basically attaching it to skin. Good times. So that's that. I'm gonna see how that looks and how it works and if they grow. And that is all for my facial. So it's all done. I would not repurchase this. I think it's a waste of money, but I fell into the trap when it was everywhere and bought it, so now I have to use it up. So I'll close out with some lip moisturizer and have full-on glazed face. So I'll link the video to the difference of my skin here and what that halo laser was like. I hope this was helpful. I hope it was useful. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see a different facial or different skincare routine when I do different things, if I do retinol, I am more than happy to share it, but I don't want to do it if you're like snooze fest, no thanks. So I do appreciate you joining, and thanks for watching the experience and coming along with me. I gave myself a little treat and figured I would film it with you. So I appreciate you joining. As always, I will see you in the next video, and I will talk to you then. I hope you have a great weekend, week, or evening, day ahead, whenever you're watching the video.